We can do the same types of things for our supplementary angles, except the picture's going to look a little different. If you remember, supplementary means we have 180 degrees. So instead of drawing a right angle like we did before, I'm going to draw a straight line because a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. This is also referred to as a straight angle. So in order to have supplementary angles, the definition says I have two angles that add up to be 180. Just like with complementary up here, we had two angles that add up to be 90. Here I've got to have two angles that add up to be 180. So put that right in there so that I do have two angles. It says one angle is 173 degrees. And it just wants to know that one. So I do 180 minus 173. And that is going to give me 7. So that angle right there is going to be 7 degrees. Looking at the next one, an angle measures 81.8 degrees less than the measure of a supplementary angle. So again, those two angles that add up to be 180 degrees. So straight line. There you go. So an angle measures 81.8 degrees less than the measure of a supplementary angle. I don't know what that supplementary angle is, but I do know that it's going to be 81.8 degrees less than whatever it is. So I've got to start with that and then subtract the 81.8 from it. So with this one, I've got to do my part plus part is equal to total. In this case, the total is 180 degrees. So x plus x minus 81.8 is equal to 180 degrees. So x plus x is 2x minus 81.8 is going to give me 180 degrees. Add the 81.8 to both sides. And that's going to give me 2x is equal to 261.8. Divide both sides by 2. And then x is going to be equal to 130.9. So, well, that gives me that angle right there, 130. But it wants to know what is the measure of each angle. So I'm going to do 130.9 minus 81.8. And then that will give me 49.1. So this angle right there is going to be 49.1, and this one's going to be 130.9. And if you add those both together, that'll give us 180. Another vocabulary term that we covered last class was adjacent angles. Adjacent angles doesn't really help us solve. It just tells us where angles are related to each other. Okay. Looking at linear pairs. Linear pair, we know we have two angles because pair that add up to be 180, but they have to be adjacent or side by side. So this is going to be 33.1 plus s is equal to linear pair. Angles add up to 180 like supplementary. So s in this case is going to be equal to 146.9. Okay. They can also get a little busier like this one does, but then again it's just that part plus part is equal to total. The total is a whole line, so it's 180. So 7q minus 46 plus 3q plus 6 is going to be equal to, well, it's a whole line, so a whole line is 180 degrees. So 7q plus 3q is going to give us 10q, and then negative 46 plus 6 is negative 40 is equal to 180. Add the 40 to both sides, and that's going to give us 220 is equal to 10q. Divide both sides by 10, and then q is going to be equal to 22. But we're not done because it says it wants the measure of angle DBC. So the angle of DBC is going to be equal to, get that from the picture, 3q plus 6. So angle DBC is equal to 3 times 22 plus 6. 3 times 22 is 66 plus 6. So angle DBC is going to be equal to 72 degrees. Okay. They could also ask you for vertical angles. Vertical angles, what is the value of S? You're looking for the angle. There's our angle that it gives us to work with. And then if we extend those rays, there's F. So 78 degrees for the value of F. They could also make it a little more interesting. We've got, what is the value of angle H? They'll give you other angle measures in there trying to scare you off, but all you got to do is extend those two rays, and there you go. So the value of H in that case is going to be 43 degrees. Then you're going to get these examples. You're going to get problems where they start mixing everything together, and you're going to have to use a mixture of everything that we talked about above to be able to solve. So like this one, we've got a part plus part plus part is equal to total. The total is going to be 180. So we're doing 66 plus 29 plus M is going to be 180 degrees. So 66 plus 29 is going to give us 95. Plus M is equal to 180 minus 95 both sides, and then M is going to be 85 degrees. And then looking at the next one, right here, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little red angle mark. That little angle mark tells us that it's 90 degrees. So if I look here, we're looking for J. So there's our angle J that we want. And if we look directly across after we extend those rays, that's our vertical angle. But they don't give us a value for that vertical angle. But I know that it's 90 degrees. So I know whatever this angle right here is, plus that angle, is going to be equal to 90 degrees. So if I knew this angle, then I could find out J. Well, if you look over here for this angle right there, it is vertical to that 27 degree angle. So we can say that this angle right here is 27 degrees. Now I've got a pair of complementary angles. So I can say J plus 27 is going to give us 90. Subtract 27 from both sides, and then J is going to be equal to 63. And then looking at the last one, we've got angle U. And if we were to try and extend, there isn't a vertical angle to go along with it. But the angle that they gave us information for that is anywhere near to being vertical is the 74.6. So if I extend this one, I know that this big angle right here is going to be equal to 74.6 degrees. Well, there's a part plus a part is equal to a whole total. So one of the parts is U plus another part is 30.2 is going to be equal to the total of 74.6. Subtract 30.2 from both sides. U is going to be equal to 44.4. Okay, and that's our examples for using angle pair relationships together. The IXL for this assignment is going to be C4. If you have any questions, make sure you write them down so you can ask me. See you guys later.